Welcome to Fenway Park. The Red Sox certainly glad to be home. They open up a homestand tonight with Game 1 of a 3-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. What a trip for the Red Sox. Spent all in the American League East. They come home having done very well.
Oh, excellent trip for the Red Sox. Going on the road, playing teams in their division, and really dominating this last road trip. The numbers for the Red Sox is absolutely incredible. 8-1 on the trip, a team average of 284. That's a very high number offensively, averaging over 7 runs per game, over 10 hits per game. And look at the ERA of 2.70. The only time they got stifled on the trip was by Scott Shields down in Tampa Bay. So when you go back and you go to cities like New York, Toronto, and Tampa Bay, and you come back 8-1, you've had a great road trip, and they certainly hope to continue it here in interleague play.
Only one bad thing did come out of last night's game. Jed Lowry ends up on the disabled list. He took a swing in last night's game and, of course, injured or re-injured that shoulder that's been bothering him for a while on this swing. He would come out of the game. On to the DL he goes. Terry Francona explains and updates.
Jed got an MRI this morning, and actually the MRI was really pretty good. Structurally, didn't look like there was any significant damage, which is really good. And I think anytime you look at a player's shoulder, you're going to see some things that are going on. So we're going to have the MRI sent to Yoakum as a kind of a backup, let him look also, and give him some rest and treatment, and then see how quickly we can progress with him.
Taking Lowry's place on the roster is Drew Sutton. He returns to the Sox after a 2-game stint in Pawtucket. Clay Buchholz will have his next start pushed back. He came out after 5 innings last night with his back began bothering him again. Buchholz will have extra rest before pitching in Toronto last Friday as well. Terry Francona also confirmed today that Andrew Miller will make his Red Sox debut when he gets to start Monday against San Diego. Miller had 10 strikeouts in his last start for the Paw Sox on Tuesday. And finally, Jonathan Papelbon had his 3-game suspension reduced to 2. He'll begin serving the suspension tonight. Will be eligible to return on Sunday. A lot of news and notes for the Red Sox today. John Lackey will be on the mound for Game 1. He had a season-high 8 strikeouts last time out against Toronto, and tonight faces the Milwaukee Brewers for the first time in his career. We're back with more from Fenway Park as we get ready for interleague play to start again. Three-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Milwaukee Brewers are here as we start interleague play once again for the Red Sox, something they've been highly successful in over the years, and they've got a good stretch coming up against a lot of National League Central teams. It starts with the Brewers as we take a look at our road ahead, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Tonight's game with the Brewers, making their first trip here since 2008, starts a stretch of 15 straight interleague games for Boston. Tomorrow's game with Milwaukee is now a night game because of the Bruins parade. Next up, Adrian Gonzalez gets to renew acquaintances with the Padres before the Sox head out on the road for a 9-game trip, which stops in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Houston. The 9-game interleague trip is Boston's longest since a 9-gamer that saw them travel to Atlanta, San Diego, and Los Angeles back in 2002. Well, the Milwaukee Brewers are here. Their new manager is Ron Renicki, and they have a 1-game lead atop the National League Central, and it's largely because of their stars, Ryan Braun and Prince Fielder, coming in here very hot so far for the Brewers. Braun comes in riding a 9-game hitting streak, over which he is hitting .361. In his first trip to Fenway Park back in 2008, Braun had a big series at 3 home runs in 3 games. Fielder is a National League leader in RBIs with 59, only 2 behind Adrian Gonzalez for the Major League lead. The free agent to be is already got 8 home runs and 17 RBIs this month. In 15 games is hitting .341. Well, tonight for the Brewers on the mound, it'll be Sean Markham, the former Toronto Blue Jays, having a great season. He's 7-2 with a 2.68 earned run average. We're back with the first pitch from Fenway right after this.
Offense is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture.
Test 1 2 1 2. Jordan's Furniture, your New England Subaru dealers, AT&T, Toyota's official website for deals by Toyota.com, Sullivan Tire, and by Southwest Airlines. So an overcast night at Fenway Park to get it started tonight as the Red Sox have taken the field as we get ready for more interleague play that gets underway tonight. It's time now for the Milwaukee Brewers visiting lineup and part of our kids lineup night from Fenway Park.
Thanks, Don. Hi, I'm Matthew Duma of Derby Line, Vermont. Leading off for the Brewers, the second baseman, Mr. Ricky Weeks. In center field, Mr. Niger Morgan. The left fielder, Mr. Ryan Braun. The DH, Mr. Prince Fielder. At third base, Mr. Casey McGee. The right fielder, Mr. Corey Hart. At first base, Mr. Mark Kotsay. the catcher, Mr. Jonathan LaCroix. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Mr. Craig Counsell.
Nice job, Matthew. Part of our Red Sox Nation Day here from Fenway Park. John Lackey is on the mound, making his 10th start of the year for the Red Sox. Comes in at 4-5 with a 7.41 earned run average. 51 innings for him. He has 29 strikeouts, 22 walks, and opponents hitting at .297 against him. Last time out, a very good outing for him as he ended up giving up a total of 4 runs in 6 innings, but had a season high in strikeouts with 8. He walked 2, and Lackey able to pick up the win against a good offensive Toronto Blue Jays team.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. They're second in the American League with 32 errors on the season. Kevin Youkilis will be at third base. Marco Scutaro, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. And Adrian Gonzalez, the first baseman. Left to right, Kyle Crawford, Jacoby Ellsbury, and J.D. Drew. And Jason Veritek doing the catching for John Lackey.
Umpiring crew tonight, Tom Hallion, the crew chief of this crew, will be calling the balls and strikes with Phil Cuzzy at first base, Bill Miller at second base, and James Hoy, he is the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
The conditions to start the game, 70 degrees. Wind is headed out to center at 11 miles per hour, and showers are anticipated in the area at some point tonight. Principal owner John Henry in his seats here at Fenway Park, ready for interleague play to get back underway again as John Lackey is ready to work here to Ricky Weeks. The Brew Crew is back in town, and the first pitch is in there for strike one. We're underway. As I mentioned off the top, the Brewers are in first place in the National League Central. Ricky Weeks hitting at .290 with 13 homers and 31 runs batted in. Thought about it, but lays off, and it's a ball and a strike. It's the first time John Lackey in his career has ever faced the Milwaukee Brewers. John at home this year is 2-2. Weeks again thinking about it, but not swinging and taking ball 2.
Yeah, the only batter in the lineup tonight that has any experience against John Lackey is Mark Kotsay.
Most of that coming when Kotsay was a member of the Oakland A's. 2-1 is on the ground up the middle. Pedroia to the backhand, kind of skids and then throws to first base to get Ricky Weeks.
Well, Dustin Pedroia going down to one knee to make sure he gets all the way down to the ground. Able to come up with it and throw out Weeks at first base. There's Pedroia going into the slide. Comes up throwing, and plenty of time at first base to get Weeks.
One down in the first inning for Nyjer Morgan. Morgan off to a very good start for the Brewers as he's hitting at .333. 1 home run, 9 runs batted in. Nyjer Morgan has appeared in 33 games this year. He missed 29 games, was on the DL, a pair of stints on the DL, and shoots one out to right center field for a base hit. Ellsbury over to play it, but it's a 1-out single for Nyjer Morgan.
Nyjer Morgan gets the fastball from John Lackey, shoots it into center field for the base hit. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, hooks it a little bit for the hit. Morgan at first base has 3 steals, but he's been caught twice.
One down, Morgan at first base for Ryan Braun. Quick check on first base, and Morgan back to the bag. On at .312, 15 homers, 51 runs batted in. Time called as Braun backs out. Milwaukee playing yesterday day baseball in Chicago. Got in here about 10 o'clock last night. Seven-game road trip for them. As the pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, for Ron Renicky, Brewers have played fabulous baseball at home. Miller Park, they're 25-9. But on the road, a different story. They're 8 games under 500 away from Milwaukee, 14-22. And trying to rectify that situation. With all that said, they're still in first place in the National League Central heading into this series against the Red Sox. The 1 pitch is right there, and it's 0-2.
Ryan Braun on this road trip, 6 for 17, a .353 batting average.
They started the season on the road 5-14, and 9-8 since. Niger Morgan at first base, 1 out in the first. Lackey is 2-2 at home, but with an earned run average of 8.27 in 4 games started here at Fenway Park. Check on Morgan again, who's back to the bag. .324 against right-handed pitchers as he cranks this one foul off a right-hander. And it hangs at 0-2. Prince Fielder waiting on deck. Morgan starts and stops as Braun strikes out. The foul tip into Veritek's mitt. 2 down.
A cut fastball doing the honors that time for John Lackey to pick up his first strikeout. In his last outing, he had 8 strikeouts against the Toronto Blue Jays. That was a season high.
So 2 down. Morgan at first base for Prince Fielder. And therefore, strike 1. Fielder hitting at .297. 19 home runs, 59 runs batted in. Fielder tried to hold up and was able to, according to James Hoy. Once he gets that big swing started, sometimes it's hard to stop. Apparently he did.
It's amazing when you look at Fielder's numbers, how little he strikes out. Only 35 times so far this season. This is a big power hit.
Second in the league in home runs. And look at his National League ranks. This one is fouled off, and it's 1-2. National League Player of the Week in the first week of June. They hit 500 for the week. 6 home runs, 13 runs batted in a week.
And the Red Sox have the shift on in the infield, very similar to what you see against David Ortiz.
And a great month for Fielder. We talked about the week in which he had 6 home runs. 1-2 is high. Big secondary lead at first for Niger Morgan. As it is 2-2 now to Prince Fielder. Casey McGee waiting on deck. Brewers batting here in the first. Fielder third in the franchise history in home runs, 211. As he gets jammed and lifts it down left field line, falling fast. Crawford's over, but it'll fall fair. Jump up into the seats for a ground rule double. Morgan will have to be stopped at third on the double for Fielder. He just muscled that out there, flipped it out there to left field. It jumps up into the seats.
Yeah, that was a cut fastball that actually beat Prince Fielder, but he's able to somehow make contact and slice it down that left field line. One big bounce and up into the stands for the ground rule double. So that kind of helps the Red Sox and keeps the man at third base.
Second and third, 2 down, and Casey McGee coming up. McGee, the third baseman, has been in 69 games. Out of 69 so far for the Brewers, hitting at .230 as he takes strike one. Last year named the Brewers 2010 MVP. Voted on by the Milwaukee Baseball Writers Association. Lays off a pitch outside. Dale Swaim, hitting coach here for the Milwaukee Brewers. Former third base coach of the Red Sox and interim manager of the Brewers for a time. He's also on Ken Maka's staff in Milwaukee as the pitch misses for ball two. 2-1. Brewers pitching has vastly improved with the addition of Zach Greinke and, of course, Sean Markham, who we will see tonight. Much different looking pitching staff than the one that Ken Maka had. 2-1 is in there for strike two. On deck is Corey Hart, a big power hitter. 2-2 is to right center field, in for a base hit. From third comes Morgan. He'll score. Fielder's going to try and score. Throw is up the line, and the Milwaukee Brewers take a 2-0 lead in the first inning off John Lackey.
Now McGee gets himself a fastball right down the plate, a little bit high, about the top of the strike zone, and shoots the line drive into center field. Throw by Ellsbury's not going to be in time. The fake right there by Gonzalez will keep the runner at first base and out of scoring position.
6 RBIs now in the last 4 games for Casey McGee. And here's Corey Hart. Takes ball one up and away. Hart with 6 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Go along with his .284 batting average. Had a 3 home run game against the Washington Nationals earlier this season as he takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Spent time in the DL, the left oblique strain. He suffered at the end of April and missed 22 games. Quick start for the Milwaukee Brewers. Big 2-out, 2-run single for Casey McGee. Hart with a swing and a miss, 1-2.
Curveball that time from John Lackey, getting the swing and miss. Good breaking ball, good shot breaking ball right there from Lackey.
Arcotse waiting on deck for the Milwaukee Brewers here in the first inning. This is down and away, 2-2. On the ground to third base, Youkilis has got it to go to second for the force out there. It ends the inning, but the Brewers get a pair of runs in the top of the first. Red Sox are coming up. a 2-0 advantage. The Red Sox starting lineup is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. And one of our Kid Nation kids will give us the Red Sox lineup.
Thanks, Don. Hi, I'm Fiona Doyle of Salem, New Hampshire. Leading off for the Red Sox, the center fielder, Mr. Jacoby Ellsbury. At second base, Mr. Dustin Pedroia. The first baseman, Mr. Adrian Gonzalez. At third base, Mr. Kevin Youkilis. The designated hitter, Mr. David Ortiz. And left field, Mr. Carl Crawford. The shortstop, Mr. Marco Scudero. In right field, Mr. J.D. Drew. And batting ninth, the catcher, Mr. Jason Varitek.
Nice job, Fiona, as part of a Red Sox Nation Day celebrated here at Fenway Park tonight. Of course, Red Sox Nation, the official fan club of the Boston Red Sox. 8th season of Red Sox Nation. 25,000 fan club members currently in 2011. And it's spread out all over. This is a grounder foul. It will stay foul. Casey McGee down the third base line to grab it. We had 33 of the governors across the nation here of Red Sox Nation, part of a pregame ceremony at Fenway Park.
It's become quite a thing, hasn't it, Don?
It's unbelievable. 31 total states, 2 Canadian provinces were represented here at Fenway Park. And they are mixed in throughout this ballpark tonight. They've got the good t-shirts going on. This is to right field, deep and far for Ellsbury. Back goes Corey Hart at the bullpen. It's gone. Jacoby Ellsbury with a good start for the Sox in the bottom of the first. Home run number 8 of the year for Ellsbury. Second leadoff home run of the year for Jacoby Ellsbury.
Now Jacoby Ellsbury gets the changeup from Markham. Markham's got a very good changeup. But watch Ellsbury go down with it. It gets a lot of home plate, but it's still down in the zone, and Ellsbury waits back beautifully and drives it into the Red Sox bullpen for the home run.
Pedroia pops it up, foul ground. That will get out of play behind the Red Sox dugout. Well, Hess and Hess Express are proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson. During the 2011 Red Sox season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the pediatric trauma program at Children's Hospital Boston for every Red Sox home run. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. 5th career leadoff home run for Jacoby Ellsbury. And the Red Sox cutting the lead in half for Milwaukee. Sean Markham on the mound tonight for the Brewers, the former Toronto Blue Jay, traded during the offseason. 29-year-old. And this is outside and in the dirt, 2-1. He is 5-5 in his career against the Red Sox with a 4.38 ERA. 11 starts. Here's his overall numbers, and they're very good. 7-2, 2.68 ERA, 83 Ks, 90 2/3, and opponents hitting at just 208. Pedroia hits it well to center field. Nyjer Morgan goes back and makes the catch as he runs onto the track for out number 1.
The defense tonight for the Brewers, they're 10th in the National League with 39 errors on the season. Casey McGee at third base, Craig Counsell, a shortstop. Ricky Weeks at second and Mark Kotze at first. Ryan Braun, the left fielder. Nyjer Morgan, the center fielder. Corey Hart, the right fielder. And Jonathan Lucroy doing the catching for Sean Markham.
1 out in the bottom of the first inning, and here is Adrian Gonzalez. Down the left field line, foul and out of play.
Gonzalez has faced Markham 3 times in his career. He's 1 for 3. That one hit a home run.
His overall numbers are fabulous. 347 with 14 home runs, 61 runs batted in. Leads the majors, 61 RBIs. Leads the majors in extra base hits with 39. As he takes ball 1. Already has 10 interleague hits, which is tops in the majors this year. Sailed foul off to the left, out of play. The last time the Red Sox were at home, Adrian was close to the top in a lot of categories. He returns home from this 9-game road trip and leads in all of them. It's 13 for 29 on the trip. 4 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. Sox won 8-1. 1-2 misses inside. Look at his overall numbers on the trip. Outside, ball 3, full count. Three-2 is lined to left center field. It's in for a base hit. Morgan's over to play it, but it's a 1-out single for Adrian Gonzalez.
Well, that's the beauty of Adrian Gonzalez right there. I mean, wherever you throw it, that's where he's going to hit it. You throw it inside, he'll pull it. You throw it down and away, he'll hit it to the opposite field. Down and away fastball that time, and the line shot in the left center field by Adrian Gonzalez.
So 1-out, Gonzalez at first base, and Kevin Youkilis coming up. Yuka 254, 10 homers, 45 runs batted in. Turned the ankle last night, but apparently not a problem. Bit of a twist in foul ground in the Tropicana field, but back in the Red Sox starting lineup tonight. Darnell McDonald, who started in center field last night, gave Jacoby Ellsbury the night off, and Ellsbury with a home run here in the first inning tonight. For a strike over the outside corner, 1-1.
They really play Youkilis to pull in the infield, almost a shift to the left side. See where Ricky Weeks is, the second baseman, very close to the bag.
This one is grounded foul over into the Brewers dugout. Now, Ricky Weeks has a shortstop arm, and sometimes they will play him to the left of second base. And a shift on the left side, and he's got a very good arm from second base. Ron Renicky, of course, on the coaching staff of Mike Scioscia for a number of years. Has produced Bud Black as well as Joe Madden off that staff. 1-2 is a swing and a miss. Youkilis chasing and striking out. First K to Sean Markham.
Well, Markham keeps that fastball away from Kevin Youkilis. Outside part of the plate. Youkilis chases it. Markham's strikeout high in the season is also 8, which he's done a number of times.
Two down. Adrian Gonzalez at first base, and David Ortiz coming up. 314 with 17 home runs, 44 runs batted in. David had a quiet series at the Trop, was 0 for 8 against the Rays. Outside, ball 1. Milwaukee with 2 in the first. Red Sox have a run so far here in the bottom of the first inning. Adrian Gonzalez at first base with Kotze holding him on. Two and 0.
Well, it's the usual shift on Ortiz in the infield, but even in the outfield, they're playing him to pull. Nigel Morgan in center field, shading him toward right field. Big gap in left center field for Ortiz.
In there for strike 2 and 1. Now last year, Sean Markham bouncing back from Tommy John surgery, went 13 and 8 with a 3.64 earned run average for the Toronto Blue Jays. Established career highs in wins with 13. He had 31 starts. His ERA was the best on the Blue Jays staff. It's ball 3, 3 and 1. Markham, a career 44 and 27 in the big leagues in 134 games. Under the Blue Jays from 05 to 08. In his first year with the Milwaukee Brewers. Swinging a foul tip. And it's full count, 3 and 2.
Like a changeup again this time from Markham. It is. It stays up in the zone, but no contact by Ortiz. Or at least contact is a foul tip.
Kotze standing behind Adrian with a full count now to David Ortiz. Ortiz lifts it down the left field line. Counsell going over, but it's back into the seats and out of play. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Commitment, compassion, and love of the game. Find out what we're made of at easternbank.com. 2 outs, last of the first inning. Adrian Gonzalez at first base, and a payoff pitch to David Ortiz coming up. Ortiz fouls off another.
And David upset he missed that pitch. He had a good fastball to hit right there. Fastball at about 89 miles an hour right down the middle of the plate. A little bit late on it.
Ortiz fouls off another. Well, LaCroix out to talk to Markham. Ninth pitch of the at-bat coming up for Big Papi. Markham giving up the leadoff home run by Ellsbury. Now working with 2 down, a runner at first, and a lengthy battle with David Ortiz. Rick Kranitz, who is the pitching coach for the Brewers, former pitching coach for the Baltimore Orioles. I'll remind everybody of the time change for the start time tomorrow night. We'll play night baseball from Fenway Park, game 2 of the series. The reason being the parade here tomorrow for the Boston Bruins. Three-two pitch to Big Papi. Line down the right field line. It's a fair ball. It's going to rattle around as Gonzalez being waved around third base. He'll come around and score, and this game is tied at 2. Nice at bat for David Ortiz, and it ends in an RBI that ties the game.
Well, he missed that first fastball about 3 pitches ago, but he didn't miss this one. Another fastball from Markham. They try to go inside. It stays out over the plate and right down that right field line. Caroms around the boards a little bit, and by the time it's tracked down by Corey Hart, Adrian Gonzalez coming around to tie the ball game.
Now Carl Crawford with 2 down in the inning. Crawford takes ball 1. 240 average for Carl, who had a quiet series in his return to Tropicana Field. Went 1 for 10 in the series. In there for strike 1-1. He gave the numbers for Markham coming into tonight's outing. 7-2 with a 2.68 earned run average. Been a great beginning to the year. But having to throw 30 pitches in this first inning so far. The 30th is tap foul, 1-2. Last night's game, the Red Sox extended the pitch count for David Price, 33 first inning pitches, and that got a piece of Tom Hallion.
Not a good piece either.
One ball, 2 strikes to Carl Crawford. Reaches out, grounds it to McGee at third. Cross the diamond's going to be close, and they don't get him. He pulled off the bag. It's almost like McGee was surprised to see how fast Carl Crawford was. He looked up, and Crawford was almost to the bag. Crawford has come up lame and is limping as he gets past first base. So they're out to check on him.
Grabbing the back of his leg, the hamstring area. Ground ball toward third base, right toward the bag, and Casey McGee comes up throwing. Crawford hustling all the way, beats the play, but then comes up with a hammy, it looks like, after he crossed first base.
And he is going to leave this game. So Crawford departs, and that does have the look of a hamstring. David Ortiz ends up at third base. And it'll be Darnell McDonald who will pinch run and take over in left field for Carl Crawford. So the inning continues. First and third, 2 down. Marco Scutero coming up. 278 with a home run and 10 runs batted in. Fouls it off to the right, out of play.
Well, Scutero, a one-time teammate of Sean Markham up there with the Toronto Blue Jays.
Ortiz at third, Crawford at first base with 2 down here in the first inning. This is fouled back, and it's 0-2. in the dirt, kicks off LaCroix. To second goes Darnell McDonald. Ortiz will stay at third. And on the wild pitch, uncorked by Markham.
LaCroix tries to block this ball, does somewhat, at least keeps, well, block it. I guess the ball found him, found his mask as it bounced up. Darnell McDonald able to get to second base, but Ortiz remains at third, had no chance of scoring.
This will be the 35th pitch of the first inning for Sean Markham. Second and third, 2 down. John Lackey's been waiting 23 minutes after he gave up 2 runs in the first. Red Sox have taken care of that. And tied it up now, looking for more as Markham misses down and away.
Here's the pitch previous as though it's sliding over and making the catch is LaCroix.
Ortiz at third, McDonald at second, 2 down. Scutero takes ball 3. Markham wanted that. Full count.
Didn't miss by very much. Matter of fact, it might have caught the bottom of the strike zone. But the count runs to 3-2.
J.D. Drew waits on deck. Scutero takes ball 4 and heads down to first base. First walk given up by Sean Markham. Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach, headed out, and the base is loaded now and 2 down. Nesson is making your couch the best seat in town for the Bruins rolling rally tomorrow. Our coverage begins at 8 a.m. with a replay of Game 7 against Montreal and Nathan Horton's heroic overtime winning goal. At 10, we go live to parade coverage with Catherine, Nowco, Brick, Barry, and TC. And wrapping up the day at 1, relive the Bruins' vengeful sweep of the Flyers with the series clinching Game 4 replay. Throughout the day, keep your eye on Nesson.com/Bruins for even more parade coverage.
And merchandise is off the charts for the Bruins over the last couple of days.
Parade which will start at the Garden and end in Copley Square. Bases loaded. 2 down in the inning for J.D. Drew. Red Sox have tied the game now, looking for more against Sean Markham. Drew taps it foul off the plate. It's part of our key matchup brought to you by New England Honda dealers. 5 career hits against Markham, but they're all extra base hits, including 3 home runs. Up and away, 1-1. th pitch of his first inning coming for Sean Markham. Talk about working hard in an inning. He's doing it right now. Game is tied. He had a 2-0 lead coming in. It's now 2-2 and trying to work out of a bases loaded jam now. Swing and a miss. Changes up and it's 1-2.
Now, without doubt, that's Markham's best pitch, his changeup, and he will go to that an awful lot during the course of a ball game. Good one there to J.D. Drew.
Drew 0 for 4 this year with the bases loaded, a .223 hitter in that situation. Ortiz, McDonald, and Scudero on the bases. Drew taps a breaking ball foul. Jason Varitek would be the 9th man to bat in the inning if we get that far. It's outside, 2-2. Action already for Milwaukee. Marco Estrada warming in the pen. Two-two pitch to J.D. Drew. Outside, ball 3. So here we go. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Full count. Everybody in motion. Drew grounds right side to second baseman Ricky Weeks to end the inning. And out of trouble is Markham. The Red Sox scored twice in the inning and tie the game 2-2. A no-hitter at Fenway, and you purchase that game's ticket from Ace Ticket, you'll go for free. Visit aceticket.com for more details. John Lackey back on the mound after a 23-minute wait. Mark Kotze, former Red Sox infielder and outfielder, leads it off here in the second inning. I'd say at 252, no homers, 9 runs batted in. It's jammed and pops it up. Scudero out on the outfield grass makes the catch. First out of his second inning. Well, after Carl Crawford left with a hamstring situation, Darnell McDonald ran for him, now takes over in left field. 1 out in the second inning. There's Jonathan Lucroy coming up. .274, 6 homers, 31 runs batted in. There's strike 1. Chairman of the Red Sox, Tom Werner, who's part of our pregame show, taking in the game today. And there for strike 2, 0-2.
He's got a great view for the parade tomorrow. Passes right by the apartment Tom has here in Boston, so he'll get a chance to watch it on TV. Well, actually in person. Just stick your head out the window.
Swing and a miss, and Lucroy strikes out. Much better start to the second inning for Lackey than the first. He picks up his second K.
Curveball this time from Lackey, down out of the strike zone, but Lucroy chases it. Lackey picks up his second strikeout. His first came on a cut fastball.
2 down for the veteran, Craig Counsell. 221, no homers and 3 runs batted in for Counsell. As he takes strike 1. Craig Counsell is the all-time franchise leader in pinch hits. He's got 37. And he's pinch hit 148 times over the years. Milwaukee Brewers. Inside 2-1. To short, Marco Scudero on the run. Low throw dug out by Adrian Gonzalez. It's a 1-2-3 second inning for Lackey. Game tied 2-2. This season, Budweiser launched a new program to support men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces and their families. For every home run hit during the 2011 Major League Baseball regular season, Budweiser will donate $100 to the Folds of Honor Foundation, which provides post-secondary scholarships to families of military personnel who've been killed or disabled in the service of our country. Before the game tonight, the Red Sox recognized Budweiser's Here to the Heroes home run program. Vice President of Operations for the Folds of Honor Foundation, Colonel Bruce Boston Butters, was joined by scholarship recipients from right here in Boston, Charles and Carolina Sabatier and their sister Danielle. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. And already the Brewers are into that pen. Sean Markham may have injured himself as he threw 44 first inning pitches. Marco Estrada comes in, his 19th appearance, 1-3 with a 4.65 earned run average, 35 strikeouts and 40 2/3, and opponents hitting at 245 against Estrada.
It was definitely an injury to Sean Markham. It either happened during the Marco Scudero at bat or the J.D. Drew at bat. It looked like he threw a pitch and then after that kind of reached toward his groin. And it happened before that. That was the last play of the inning where he had to run the first base, but he was having problems prior to that. It was after a pitch that he threw. You could see him reach down and crying. Something grabbed at him, and obviously having to lead the ball game early.
So a 2-2 game in the bottom of the second inning. Jason Varitek will lead it off. Only member of the Red Sox not to bat in the first inning against Markham. Markham leaving after an inning, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Varitek checking in, hitting at 229. And tonight catching John Lackey. They've been Saltalamacchia doing the bulk of that lately, but Terry Francona switches it up tonight. Varitek does the job. And a swing and a miss for strike one. Jason 3 for 12 on the road trip and a home run and 5 runs batted in. 0-2.
Fastball followed by a changeup from Estrada.
You can barely see him. Just misses. 1-2. On the ground, Ricky Weeks at second base has got it. 1 down in the second inning.
Take one more look at the Markham injury as he comes off the mound against J.D. Drew. You can see him limping right there, flexing his left leg.
One down in the inning for Jacoby Ellsbury. Got the scoring started for the Red Sox in the bottom of the first. Solo home run. Ellsbury, the American League Player of the Week last week. Flips it to left. Braun comes in and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. It's time now for the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast, and Jacoby Ellsbury coming to bat with the Red Sox trailing 2-0 in the game, and he takes it out of the yard into the bullpen. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Second leadoff home run of the year for Jacoby Ellsbury, and he flies out this time to Ryan Braun. Here is Dustin Pedroia, who takes strike one. Pedroia flied out to the warning track in center field in the first. This one fouled straight back, 1-2. Breaking ball missing inside, and it's 2-2. Full count now. First time the Red Sox have seen the Brewers since 2008, when the Red Sox swept a 3-game series against Milwaukee here at Fenway Park. In interleague play, the Red Sox are 5-1 against Milwaukee all time. Red Sox took 2 out of 3 at Miller Park in Milwaukee back in 2003.
Across the Milwaukee Brewers, a one-time American League team at Old County Stadium.
Until 1997. Return to the National League. 3-2 is ball 4, and down to first goes Pedroia. First walk given up by Estrada, second by Brewers pitching in the game. You followed the Bruins all season long. Now relive their journey to the Stanley Cup by picking up the Bruins commemorative section appearing in the Boston Globe this Sunday, June 19th. Two outs here in the second inning. Pedroia at first base, and another chance for Adrian Gonzalez, who singled in the first inning. Takes a pitch down and in, ball 1. Gonzalez sitting at .349, 14 homers, 61 runs batted in, and a single in the first inning. In the air to left center field. He's going to grab some wall. Halfway up on the wall. Pedroia will be stopped at third as Gonzalez is into second base with a double. And it's second and third, 2 down.
Well, there's Gonzalez again going to the opposite field. He gets a fastball from Estrada. That ball middle in, middle of the plate down, and actually going off the wall is Gonzalez. The second time he's gone in that direction tonight. First time was more towards center field. Gets the double. Pedroia ends up at third.
Safe at second. Safe and secure. New York Life. Second and third, 2 down. And Kevin Youkilis with a chance to untie this game. Breaking ball over the inside corner for a strike. Youkilis struck out swinging in the first inning. That was against the Brewers starter Sean Markham. One and one. Well, back in the first inning, Carl Crawford trying to leg out this infield hit, which he did do successfully. Came up lame, man. It's a left hamstring strain for Carl Crawford. Makes him leave this game. He grabs at it instantly after getting past the bag at first. Left hamstring strain. Swing and a miss for Youkilis, down 1-2. Estrada's curveball has been pretty good.
Well, you just hope that that's not a long-term deal for Carl Crawford.
Pedroia at third, Gonzalez at second. 2-2. Big Papi waits on deck. Red Sox trying to get something done here with 2 outs in the inning. Estrada got Veritek and Ellsbury, but a walk to Pedroia. Double to Gonzalez. Now 2-2. In the dirt, ball 3. 3-2 pitch to Kevin Youkilis. Line to right center field. It's in for a base hit. From third comes Pedroia. Here comes Adrian Gonzalez. 2 runs are in, and the Red Sox lead it 4-2. A 2-run single with 2 down in the inning for Kevin Youkilis puts the Sox on top.
Kevin Youkilis gets a fastball away, does not try to pull it, goes to the opposite field, and a big 2-out base hit for Youkilis. Picks up his 46th and 47th RBI and gives the Red Sox the 4-2 lead.
So 2-out damage here in the second inning for Boston.
All started with a walk to Dustin Pedroia.
Now David Ortiz, who doubled in a run in the first inning, picked up his 45th RBI. There is strike one. The starter from Milwaukee tonight left the game with an injury after 1 inning, giving up 2 runs. And now Estrada has given up 2 runs of his own here in the second inning, and the Red Sox lead it 4-2. Strike 2, 1-2. Ball 2, 2-2. Ball 3, full count. Darnell McDonald waiting on deck. Pinch ran for Carl Crawford in the first inning. Time call. Seven full counts for Brewers pitching in the game. Ortiz strikes out. Can't believe it as he is dismayed. The Red Sox get 2 runs, take a 4-2 lead at the end of 2. 4-2. Red Sox on top of the Milwaukee Brewers as we head to the top half of the third inning. Ricky Weeks leading it off and taking strike one. Weeks, Morgan, and Braun to bat here in the third inning. Weeks bounced out to Dustin Pedroia in the first inning. In there for strike two, 0-2. Weeks didn't think so. Home plate umpire Tom Hallion still talking it over. Left side and deep in the hole is Scooter. A long throw will not be in time. Weeks beats it out for a base hit to start the top of the third inning.
Had too much speed getting down that first base line for Ricky Weeks. Scooter makes a nice play going to his right, backhand it, get rid of it as quickly as possible, but not in time to get Weeks at first base.
So lead runner on for the Brewers, and Niger Morgan coming up. Single to center field in the first. Tries to bunt and apparently didn't offer at it. Ball one.
Weeks at first base has 7 steals on the season. You can see that he's been caught twice.
Pulls back, takes ball 2, 2-0. Niger Morgan, who has shown bunt on 2 occasions, has sacrificed 5 times this year. End of the count now, 2-0. Swings away and grounds it foul. Well, Charlie Moore is in the house tonight. His lovely wife Angela joined the ball game, part of the summer fun that begins this Sunday on Nesson. Fishing time again. Best part of the summer to get it going. Morgan with the bunt bid again, and he fouls it off down by the shoe tops. 2-2.
You should go out fishing with Charlie, Don.
I have.
You have, and
yes.
You didn't go in your paddle boat, did you?
No, I did not.
No.
Charlie's got real boats. I mean,
Yeah.
He's got the whole thing. He's got one boat for the camera crew, one boat for him. There's a lot of boats when Charlie goes out.
Does he feed fish to the area where you're going to fish?
No.
So it looks good on TV?
No, he's actually, I got to admit, just that good. Able to catch enough fish every time you go. I caught a lot of fish there. I was with Charlie.
Tried to get me to go out fishing.
Really?
Yeah, once.
Should go.
No.
2-2 is in the air to left, and it's in for a base hit. Weeks up to second base on the single for Niger Morgan. First 2 have reached here for the Brewers in the third inning.
Yeah, neither ball's been hit very hard by Niger Morgan, but he's 2 for 2 in the game. Gets a fastball away, takes it to the opposite field. Line drive in front of Darnell McDonald. And the Brewers got something going here in the third. First and second, nobody out.
And Jason Varitek out to talk to Lackey here. 2 on, nobody out. And the very difficult part of this lineup coming up for Milwaukee.
Before the game, Terry Francona in his pregame press conference with the Bruins shirt on, Mark Savard shirt. The Red Sox received a box of shirts prior to the ball game. T-shirts and also regular shirts. I don't know where they came from. Somebody said Josh Beckett
Josh
bought
Beckett bought him.
And it was like a bunch of hungry animals, digging into that box trying to get a shirt.
Tito admittedly knows absolutely nothing about hockey.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Can't figure it out. He's overmatched by the concept of hockey. Can't figure out how guys get on the ice, when they get off the ice, when they're supposed to get on, when they're supposed to get off. He doesn't understand the concept, no matter how many times you talk to him about it. And really, it's kind of a simple game. I mean, you put the puck in the net. I mean, it's not that tough, but for some reason he struggles. 1-0 is outside, 2-0.
Line shifts really mess
up.
He
doesn't get it.
You can't figure it out at all. When guys come off, why they come off, when they go on. I don't think I've ever run into a guy that knows as little about hockey as he does. And I know a lot of people that don't know much about hockey, but they get the concept.
Well, he was in Philadelphia. He went to a couple Flyers games. I don't think that went too well either. That may be part of the reason. He wasn't real popular in Philadelphia at the time as the manager of the Philadelphia Phillies in 4 losing seasons. I don't think it was a comfortable visit to see the Flyers play.
It really is funny to listen to him talk about it. I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, he's very happy they won. He's happy that they won the Stanley Cup, but boy, he has no clue. None.
2-1 is fouled off, and it's 2-2.
Everybody claims to be experts now.
Yes.
I'm a very casual fan. But at least, watching the playoffs, you get a little better understanding of how the game's played and what the game's played.
You know what a power play is, though.
Oh, absolutely.
You couldn't explain the power play to him if you tried.
No. Oh, no. He doesn't. No.
This is down the right field line towards the pole, but bending foul. Don't just beat the heat this summer. Annihilate it. Hurry into Cumberland Farms Chill Zone today and fill up on your absolute favorite fountain or frozen beverages for just 79 cents. Any size, any time. The Chill Zone, only at Cumberland Farms. A lot of the Brewers fans have made their way here to Fenway Park. Not quite the contingent we saw from the Chicago Cubs. They were in town for the first interleague series of the year. 2-2 is outside, full count. And Braun struck out swinging in the first inning. Bats here with Weeks at second, Morgan at first, nobody out in the third. Pedroia cheating in from second base. As Braun reaches out, flips it into right, and that's going to fall for a base hit. And load the bases now for Milwaukee. 3 straight hits in the third inning off John Lackey.
Nice job there by Braun, too. He got a curveball from Lackey, not that bad a pitch. And he just reaches out and punches it to the opposite field for the base hit. Watch the location of the breaking ball down off the plate. Now, that's not a bad pitch at all, but Braun does a great job to get out there and serve it into right field for the base hit. Already 12 hits in the game between the two teams.
Bases loaded, nobody out. And Prince Fielder with a golden opportunity here. Milwaukee trailing by 2. Fielder to right field for a base hit. In from third comes Weeks. 1 run in for Milwaukee, and it's a 1-run game. 4-3, Red Sox on top. Brewers have 4 straight hits here in the third inning. Kurt Young, the pitching coach, headed out.
Now Fielder jumps on that first breaking ball right there. A curveball from John Lackey and a hard line drive, so hard that it's only going to be able to score 1 run. J.D. Drew charges it, gets it back in quickly, and the bases remain loaded, still with nobody out.
Well, Prince Fielder joining Adrian Gonzalez, only 2 players as they stand side by side with 60 or more RBIs in the majors. And one is a free agent at the end of the year, and it's not Adrian.
Now, the one's got all the money already, the one on the left.
He's all set.
And the other guy is looking for a ton of money at the end of the season.
He'll be cashing in soon. So base is loaded, nobody out. And a swing and a miss. And a pitch up to Casey McGee. In there for strike two, 0-2. Brewers took a 2-0 lead in the first. Red Sox tied it up 2-2. The bottom of the first then took a 2-run lead in the bottom of the second inning. Now the Brewers get a run back and a check swing here for McGee. Did he go? No. First base umpire Phil Cuzzy.
Take a look from the side. Looks like a good call from Cuzzy at first base. Everything was leaning forward except the barrel of the bat.
One-two pitch is diving at second is Pedroia. The second for one to first for two. It starts with Pedroia, and they're able to turn it. Milwaukee gets the run, and the game is tied 4-4. But what a play by Pedroia at second base to get it started.
Oh, the Red Sox will gladly take this exchange, and you're right, Don. What a play by Dustin Pedroia at second base. Outstretched, going to his left. Hard hit ball, exploding. Able to get the ball from his knees to second base and pick up the double play. A run does come in, but it could have been a lot worse than that. There's a reaction from Pedroia after he watches the completion of the double play.
Well, Corey Hart trying to bring in the go-ahead run for Milwaukee. Red Sox had a 4-2 lead, but John Lackey gives it right back. Corey Hart got it into a fielder's choice in the first inning. Milwaukee with more hits than Boston now, 7-6. Hart fouls it off to the right, now to play, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Lackey strikes out Hart to end the inning. But the Brewers get 2 runs and tie the game 4-4. Park will host the 6th annual Futures at Fenway Minor League doubleheader presented by Xfinity on Saturday, August 20th. From on-field promotions to autograph sessions with the stars from both games, fans will be part of the action all day long. Family-friendly prices start at just $5. Visit redsox.com/futures to get your tickets today. Last half of the 3rd inning back at Fenway Park. Game tied now 4-4. Darnell McDonald, who pitch ran for Carl Crawford, who left with a left hamstring strain. That's for the first time. And rips it foul back into the seats. McDonald, Scutero, and Drew to bat here in the 3rd inning. Marco Estrada out there for his 2nd inning of relief. Sean Markham leaving the game with an apparent injury after 1 inning and 44 pitches in the 1st. This is to left and will hang up long enough for Braun to make the sliding catch. Nice catch by Ryan Braun. Well, as part of Red Sox Nation Day here at Fenway Park, you get to announce on the PA.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 10, Marco Scutero.
Nice job. Carl B may be in trouble. Some of these kids have been outstanding in this inning. All members of Kid Nation as part of Red Sox Nation Day here at Fenway Park. It's part of Kid Nation presented by Hood, official kids club of the Boston Red Sox. Over 8,000 members so far in 2011. And members in all 50 states, 9 countries. There are 12 Kid Nation captains. It's kind of the top of your field if you're a kid in the nation. This is to 3rd as McGee climbs the ladder and make the catch. 2 down.
2 line shots in this inning, both resulting in outs. A line drive to left field, now a line drive by Scutero right to 3rd baseman McGee.
2 down, J.D. Drew coming up. So 2 down here in the 3rd inning. J.D. Drew grounded out to 2nd base in the 1st. Well, the Red Sox Nation Day here at Fenway Park, and a great t-shirt to go along with it. A lot of the fans are wearing them throughout the ballpark if they're part of it. The logo on the back and the date that indicates this great day here at Fenway Park. We're talking about the Kid Nation kids also. I mean, they're not just part of the club. They do stuff too.
Exactly.
They do a lot of stuff.
I got my shirt. I got it hanging into my sport coat so I don't forget it when I go home.
It's in the air to center field. Niger Morgan back to the track, makes the catch. It ends the 3rd inning. We played 3 from Fenway, tied 4-4. favorite baseball team anytime, day or night. Flip on your radio onto WEI Sports Radio Network. It's the home for Dennis and Callahan. Heard every weekday morning at 6 and also seen right here on Nesson. Fourth inning at Fenway Park. John Lackey back to the hill. Mark Kotze leading it off, grounding one on 2 hops to Pedroia at second base. 1 pitch, 1 out in the fourth inning. Boston and San Francisco fans have joined forces to cast votes for both teams' players listed on the 2011 All-Star Game ballot. Help send your favorite Red Sox and Giants to this year's All-Star Game by voting up to 25 times at redsox.com/vote. Vote early and often at redsox.com/vote. 1 out in the fourth inning. Jonathan Lucroy struck out swinging in the second inning. Pops one up, foul, backing out of play. Veritek gives chase, but well back into the crowd. Jonathan Lucroy starting tonight. We also have George Kataris and the Milwaukee Brewers. Had a chance to visit George before the ball game today. Part of this Brewers team now. This is back under the glove of Lackey, and Pedroia gets it, throws it, and gets him. Dustin Pedroia putting on a defensive clinic tonight at Fenway.
Yeah, he's putting on quite a show here early in this ball game defensively. He's showing the Milwaukee Brewers what we get to see just about every day. Here's a couple of the plays. First of all, starting the double play last inning to really stop a big inning, and now behind second base, the quick release, the strong throw, and the out at first base. That is a tough throw to make when you got your back to first base. You got to turn toward the outfield and then back in a position to get to throw to first base. Very difficult.
So 2 down here in the fourth inning. Assists on both in this inning for Dustin Pedroia. Craig Counsell, number 9 man. Grounded out to shortstop first time up. Broken bat grounder to first. Adrian Gonzalez has got it. A speedy top of the fourth inning. 4-4 game from Fenway. brick that becomes part of Red Sox history. Your unique message will be engraved onto a brick placed inside the ballpark concourses at Gate B or Gate C. You'll also receive a free replica of the brick with a custom case to proudly display it at home or in your dad's office. Bricks are available in limited quantities, so visit redsox.com/bricks to get your brick today. And of course, there's two kinds, the regular size brick and then the oversized brick. Give you a chance to purchase one of the others you saw there. 4-4 game to the bottom of the fourth inning. Jason Varitek, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Dustin Pedroia to bat in the fourth inning. Marco Estrada out of the pen. There's a ground ball right side. Ricky Weeks has got it. And there's one away in the fourth inning. This game is starting to settle down after a lot of offense early. Red Sox Nation, if you need medical care at Fenway Park, visit Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org. One out in the fourth inning as Jacoby Ellsbury stands in. You may have seen Jerry Narron standing next to manager Ron Renicky, a former member of the Red Sox coaching staff. There's Jerry Narron. On to manage the Cincinnati Reds after leaving Boston. And now the bench coach for Ron Renicky and this Milwaukee staff. Ellsbury takes a strike over the outside corner, 1-2. In the air to right center field. Niger Morgan from center, Corey Hart from right. It's Hart makes the catch, 2 down. Well, we have some pictures as part of this Red Sox Nation Day. Some fans from around the country and internationally. All part of the nation. We'll see some more as we go along in this game. And again, 31 states, 2 Canadian provinces are represented. Two down in the fourth inning for Dustin Pedroia, who takes ball 1. They wonder what comes as part of Red Sox Nation. The fan club benefits exclusive ticket offers. Early entry to watch batting practice from the Green Monster on game days. There's a pop-up left side of the infield. Shortstop Craig Counsell puts it away to end the fourth inning. 4 done from Fenway, all tied at 4. Betsy Gonzalez to help local families by donating $1,000 for every home run Adrian hits this season to select Habitat for Humanity affiliates in eastern Massachusetts. 4-4 game as we head into the top half of the fifth inning back at Fenway Park. Ricky Weeks, Niger Morgan, and Ryan Braun to bat. It's John Lackey, who's fresh off his best inning of the night at 1-2-3 fourth. As he misses with the breaking ball for ball one. Changes for the Red Sox. Drew Sutton has come into the game at third base. He just called back up again with Lowry going on the DL, and he takes over for Kevin Youkilis. Mentioned last night Youkilis had twisted his ankle a little bit. Not sure if that is the reason that he leaves tonight. But either way, the Red Sox lose Carl Crawford earlier with a strained hamstring, and now Youkilis has left the game in the fifth. Weeks has grounded out to second base and reached on an infield hit. Swing and a miss, down 1-2. Fastball by him. Keep in mind as we move along in this game, and if it stays close, the Red Sox are without their closer Jonathan Papelbon, serving the first of a 2-game suspension. It's been reduced 1 game. Originally had been handed out as 3. He appealed and turns out to be 2, and it starts tonight. There's strike 3. It is the 4th strikeout for John Lackey, 1 down in the 5th.
Now Lackey goes to the slider right here to pick up the strikeout against Weeks. Weeks right on top of the plate. That ball starts inside and picks up the inside corner. It was interesting hearing Terry Francona talk about how he would use Daniel Bard. He said, you know, obviously he becomes our closer, but if the situation arises where that closing opportunity comes in the 8th inning, we'll use him then and then figure out the 9th.
One showing by Morgan, but takes a strike. It's 0-1. Morgan turns on it, fouls it off. It's time now for tonight's AT&T trivia question. Question is, which 3 Cy Young winners since 2003 have played for the Brewers? The answer for you a little bit later. The 0-2 is on the ground to third base. Sutton just into the game. Throws to first to retire Morgan. 2 down. Time now for tonight's twisted but true fact of the game. Last night the Atlanta Braves tied their game with New York Mets in dramatic fashion. Pinch hitter Brooks Conrad hit a pinch hit 2-run homer off Mets closer Francisco Rodriguez in the bottom of the 9th to send the game into extras. How they won wasn't as exciting, but it was a win. The Mets' DJ Carrasco balked in the winning run with Jason Hayward at the plate in the 10th inning. For the Mets, it was their first balk-off loss since 1989. The pitcher for that loss was also in attendance last night. It's the Braves pitching coach, Roger McDowell. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. There's the refreshing hard iced tea that tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted.
What an awful way to end the game on a balk.
2 down in the 5th. Ryan Braun 1 for 2 in the game. Braun struck out in the first inning swinging, singled in the 3rd. George Kataris, we were talking about him a little bit earlier. Out of the lineup tonight, returning here with Milwaukee Brewers. A chance to play a little more regularly with the Brewers. Red Sox originally getting him from the Padres in the David Wells deal. As Lackey was about to deal, time call, 2-1. This one fouled off to the right, out of play, and it's 2-2. Base hit in the third inning for Ryan Braun extends his hitting streak into double figures now, 10 games. "27 years of age." Broken bat grounder left side. Sutton cuts it off. His sidearm toss in time. Another 1-2-3 inning for Lackey. 4-4 game from Fenway. Eastern Bank, commitment, compassion, and love of the game. These are just some of the things Eastern Bank is made of. Find out what we're made of at easternbank.com. Last half of the fifth inning back at Fenway Park. Adrian Gonzalez lead it off against Marco Estrada, and he takes strike one. Estrada's been in the game since the second inning. Gave up 2 runs in the second. Since then, he's tired 7 batters in a row as he misses away to Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian singled in the first inning, doubled in the second inning, and has scored twice in the game. Ball 3-3-1. Strike over the outside corner, full count. And now 50 pitches for Marco Estrada since coming into the game. Gonzalez lifts one in the air to deep left center field. Morgan going back, looking up, and it is gone. Just up onto the ledge on the monster in left field. Adrian Gonzalez hits his 15th home run, and the Red Sox take a 5-4 lead.
There's only so many things you can say about Gonzalez. This is a changeup to Gonzalez, and he's able to stay back and drive the ball the other way. There's the changeup going away from him, the uppercut swing to the opposite field, and right on top of the green monster. 1-0 Red Sox. 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 1-0 Red
Hess and Hess Express are proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson. During the 2011 Red Sox season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Pediatric Trauma Program at Children's Hospital Boston. This one is out to right, and in comes Hart to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Adrian Gonzalez with 15 home runs now in the year. One out in the fifth for David Ortiz. David takes strike one over the inside corner. Struck out looking his last time up. Doubled to drive in a run in the first. So a single, a double, and a home run for Adrian Gonzalez. Triple shy hitting for the cycle here tonight. Ortiz grounds one off the pitcher and by the shortstop counsel, it gets into right, and Ortiz is on. Strada got a piece of it, changed the direction, and David Ortiz has his second hit.
Yeah, you'll see right here as the shortstop, Craig Counsell, starts to go up the middle, has to regroup, try to get back to his left. He can't do it in time. And Big Poppy picks up his second hit of the night, 2 for 3. Strada upset that he didn't make that play himself. It was one of those high bounces that are a little bit easier for pitchers to make.
1 out, 1 on. And here's Darnell McDonald. In there for strike one. Darnell pinch ran in the first inning for Carl Crawford, who left with a left hamstring strain. Lined out to left sharply, but right of Ryan Braun in the third inning. Now broken bat. Grounder foul.
Bat shotted down that third base line and fielded down there by Tim Bogar, the Red Sox third base coach. Everybody getting out of the way. Tim finally picks it up and retrieves it.
One and two now to McDonald. Getting started with a home run by Adrian Gonzalez. Kevin this is to inside. Did he go? They checked. No, he did not. Drew Sutton fly to right. Ortiz reaches on the base hit. The infield, and now Carl Crawford, who's out of this game with a left hamstring pull, has Darnell McDonald in it and batting for the second time. 2-2 the count. Outside, full count. McDonald had been down 0-2. Ball four. Ortiz was running, but it's ball four to Darnell McDonald. First and second now with one down. It's time now for the answer to tonight's AT&T trivia question. Which three Cy Young winners since 2003 have played for the Brewers? And the answer, Eric Gagne, Zach Greinke, and CC Sabathia. Gagne was the Cy Young Award winner with the Dodgers in 03, played for Milwaukee in 08 after playing for the Red Sox in 07. Greinke won in 2009 as a member of the Kansas City Royals. And C.C. Sabathia won in 2007 with the Indians. Spent a part of the 08 season with Milwaukee before signing with the Yankees in the offseason.
That's when the Brewers were pitching him on like one-day rest.
Every day to get into the postseason, and they did.
Every time you look up, Sabathia's name was the starting pitcher at the end of the season.
Tim Dillard is warming up for Milwaukee now. Marco Estrada was into his 4th inning of relief. 2 on, 1 away. Marco Scutaro backs out. Outside 2-0. Estrada has relinquished the lead here in the inning as a home run by Adrian Gonzalez has the Red Sox on top now 5-4. Still batting in the bottom of the 5th inning. .2-0 is hit on the ground to second base. Weeks will go to second for 1, on to first for 2. Even with Darnell McDonald taking out the shortstop at second base, Adrian Gonzalez puts the Red Sox on top 5-4. For Nessa Daily, presented by Sunlight Financial. I'll bring you all the preparations leading up to tomorrow's Bruins rolling rally and take a look at how Peter Chiarelli built the Stanley Cup champions, plus interleague highlights from around the majors. All this and much more on Nessa Daily tonight following Red Sox coverage only on Nessa. Top half of the 6th inning. Red Sox now on top 5-4. As Prince Fielder leads it off, we'll see Casey McGee and Corey Hart here in the 6th inning. Fielder with his shift on. Sutton's got it and throws him out for the first out of the 6th inning. I want to remind you that tomorrow night, following Red Sox first pitch, to join us for Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by Uno's with TC and Peter at 6:30. Red Sox continue their series with Milwaukee as John Lester tries to be the first pitcher of the majors to reach 10 wins. Plus, the Boston Globe's Michael Vega will have the latest news and notes from the Red Sox clubhouse. Our live coverage begins tomorrow at 6, only on Nesson. 1 out in the 6th inning. Casey McGee sends one to right center field. Back goes Ellsbury to make the catch. 2 down. It's 10 in a row now, retired by John Lackey. And there's 2 down in the 6th. Some more of our Red Sox Nation pictures. It's part of Red Sox Nation Day here at Fenway Park tonight. The 2007 ring there. And, of course, Darnell McDonald visiting with the Haskins family. Red Sox Nation packs that are currently available. The souvenir pack, $29.95, and the fan pack, $14.95. On a strike to Corey Hart. Breaking ball fouled off to the right, out of play, 1-2. Andrew DeSanti throwing out the first pitch from Torrington, Connecticut. Randomly picked.
I like that. No showmanship. Just get up there, throw a ball, and he threw a strike.
Don't think, just throw. This one is fouled off. Kevin Youkilis leaves the game with stomach illness, so it is not the ankle that he twisted in last night's game. What's Terry Francona call it? Intestinal turmoil.
Intestinal turmoil, yes. Not fun having intestinal turmoil.
No. One, two to Hart. He's in the dirt, 2-2. Now, what to say his name? I almost called him Tony.
There's been a few. There's been umpires that have called him Tony.
Tony Francona. Really want to get him going? Call him Coach Tony. 2-2 pitch. Is tap foul. Still 2-2. Corey Hart with 6 home runs on the year. Batting here with 2 outs, bases empty in the 6th inning. Ball 3, full count. Swing and a miss. Lackey strikes out Hart, his 5th K. Retired 11 batters in a row. 5-4 Red Sox on top.
and breaking them down. Now you can catch Terry Bradshaw with his Why Not Your Best philosophy at MGM Grand at Foxwoods on Sunday, July 24th. For tickets, visit foxwoods.com.
5-4, Red Sox on top of the Milwaukee Brewers as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitcher on for the Brewers, Daniel Herrera, is in the game. In 24 appearances at AAA, 0-4 with a 3.14 earned run average. 270 opponent batting average. No decision last time out against Chicago, which was yesterday afternoon. Herrera making his Brewers debut yesterday, went 2/3 of an inning. Called from AAA Nashville following Wednesday night's game, claimed off waivers from Cincinnati. J.D. Drew, Jason Varitek, Jacoby Ellsbury expected here in the 6th inning. Rounder foul.
Bounce, 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 bounce. And then the scramble for it. I don't know who gets it, but that guy's disappointed.
There's ball 4 and Drew down to first base. It's time for a game break, and Tom Caron, TC. All right, TC, thanks very much. We always go across all the interleague games. And Jerry picks out his favorites of the night. And we look out to the scoreboard out there. Any jump out at you tonight that you're particularly excited about?
You know, I haven't really checked it out. I'll have to look at it a little more closely.
Jason Varitek batting with Drew at first base and nobody out.
Yeah, the Florida Tampa Bay, that's okay.
Yeah, jumps out.
San Diego, Minnesota really is not much of a rivalry, I don't think.
Does nothing for you. How about Toronto, Cincinnati?
No.
Nothing.
No, as long as Toronto loses.
White Sox, Arizona Diamondbacks a little bit later on tonight.
Yeah, that should be exciting.
Tigers and Rockies.
KC St. Louis, I like that.
Like that.
I like that the Yankees lost this afternoon to the Cubs. And of course, that bitter rivalry between Detroit and Colorado.
In there for strike 2, it's 1-2. We've covered this many times. I like interleague, you don't. And nothing is going to change your mind.
No, I think it's getting worse.
Worse? What's worse? Nothing's changed.
It's too much. It's too much for me. It's way too much.
It just misses, and it's 2-2.
I know I'm in the minority on that, too, because obviously it's very popular with the fans. The fans come out and support it. Fans love to see it. I know some players like it, some don't. A lot of managers don't like it, especially American League managers.
Well, you got a situation coming up for Terry Francona where the Red Sox will play 9 games in National League cities where David Ortiz
What's he gonna do?
May not play.
It's going to be a pinch hitter.
You're not going to take Adrian Gonzalez out at first base, which is what he would do in the past to kind of mix in David Ortiz in those games. And now you get David coming off the bench exclusively. This is in the air to deep left. Ron going back, looking up, and it is high off the wall. J.D. Drew is going to try and score from first base. He will. It's an RBI double for Jason Varitek. Red Sox take a 6-4 lead.
Well, we made the comparison the other night how Red Sox catches, right around the middle of the pack in the American League as far as offensive production. The combination of Saltalabaki and Varitek. ranking 6th basically in the league in a lot of offensive categories. Veritek taking that off the wall, drives in a run. That's his 14th RBI of the season.
Well, Veritek in scoring position at second base. Here is Jacoby Ellsbury, who takes strike one. On the ground to first base, Kotze looked at third, thought about it, and tags the bag for the first out, the shore out near the 6th inning. Veritek takes third. Arbor Coat Exterior Stain by Benjamin Moore, a revolutionary waterborne stain that outperforms the best oil-based stains on the market. Find Arbor Coat at your local Benjamin Moore retailer.
One of the great things about coming off the road, a long road trip, is the welcome you get when you come home. You know, last night I got home about 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to bed about 4 o'clock. You try to be quiet so you don't wake anybody up, and you sleep in the morning because, you know, you've been out late the night before. You try to sleep. You sleep to about 10, 10:30. And the wife comes home basically after working out and running some errands. And the first comment that you get after a 10-day road trip, you didn't clean up the aftershave and the door was left open. And I'm sitting there.
That's tough.
And I'm going, you got to be kidding me. You know,
This came off a 10-day trip. You get home at 4 in the morning.
That's it. That's like 36 years of marriage. That's what it gets you.
Well, you should have closed the door, Jerry. I mean, and
well,
aftershave. I mean, it's kind of messy. You could have put it away before you went to bed.
Well, what happened, I think, is I put the you know, it wasn't the aftershave. I mean, it was a shaving cream. Excuse me. And I think I left a little bit, you know, maybe on the counter, and I put the thing in, and it didn't. The door didn't close because that was the very first comment after 10 days on the road. I am not kidding you. That wasn't hello. It was.
You don't think she was disappointed that you were back, right? I mean, it's not that.
Oh, probably so. No, life is much easier when I'm not around. There's no question. I'm the first to admit that.
Veritek 90 feet away, infield in for the Brewers. 1-2 pitch grounded up the middle and into center field. From third comes Veritek, and the Red Sox take a 7-4 lead. Dustin Pedroia with an RBI single.
Well, Pedroia's had a fabulous night defensively. Now he adds offensively with the infield in, the ground ball, not a bullet, but certainly good spacing right up the middle to pick up the base hit, the RBI. Picks up his 30th RBI of the season. The Red Sox have the 7-4 lead.
One out, Pedroia at first base, and Adrian Gonzalez has had quite a night. Gonzalez takes strike one. Singled and scored in the first, doubled and scored in the second, then homered to left center field in the fifth. Chopped right side. Weeks will go to second base for one, on to first for two. And it ends things in the sixth inning with the Red Sox tack on two more, take a 7-4 lead. 7-4. Red Sox on top of the Brewers now as we head to the top half of the 7th inning. Mark Kotze leads it off and takes ball 1. John Lackey has retired the last 11 Milwaukee Brewers he's faced in the game. He's got Kotze twice tonight. Wants to pop out and wants to ground out to second base. There's a strike, 1-1. Kotze now 35 years old and a member of the Red Sox in 2008, 2009. It's with the Chicago White Sox last 2 seasons. This is on the ground to second base. Pedroia to first, and there's out number 1 of the 7th inning. Well, on this week's all-new Ultimate Red Sox show with Heidi Watney, presented by Arbella Insurance, Peter Gammons talks to Jacoby Ellsbury. David Ortiz has a Father's Day moment, and we look at the 9-game win streak and much more. Catch the Ultimate Red Sox show Sunday at noon before Sox Brewers coverage. 1 out in the 7th inning for Jonathan Lucroy. Lucroy has struck out swinging and grounded out to second base. Pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 6 1/3 for Lackey, 4 runs, 7 hits. Hasn't walked anybody, 5 Ks, and 91 pitches. Gave up 2 runs in the 1st inning, and then 2 runs in the 3rd inning. And in a stretch right now in which he has retired 12 batters in a row. And he's settled down here quite well. Flared foul, 1-2. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 13th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout. Special seating section at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Boston Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Good group out there tonight. Enjoying the 7-4 Red Sox lead. Lucroy grounds one to shortstop. Marco Scudero's got it. And there's 2 down here in the 7th inning.
A couple of pitches that have helped Lackey in this outing have been his slider and his changeup. Light rain falling now here at Fenway Park as we are into the 7th inning. Very light at this point.
Craig Counsell stands in. And takes strike 1. Counsell out of the number 9 spot. He's grounded out to shortstop, bounced out to first, 0 for 2. That's in there for strike 2, 0-2. Lackey had a season high 8 strikeouts in his last outing against Toronto. 5 strikeouts in the game tonight. It's down and in, 1-2. First time that John Lackey's ever faced the Milwaukee Brewers. Chopped right side. Pedroia at second base. Fields and throws to end the top of the 7th inning. Red Sox lead at 7-4. Let's check in with your Need to Know with NESN Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. Here's Randy Scott. the game here tonight not working clearly at the moment. 7-4, Red Sox have the lead.
Having herself a taste.
Trying to get rid of the evidence. This is out to right center field. Headed for the gap. It gets down and rolls. Drew Sutton is headed for second base, and he'll stop there. The double that starts the bottom of the 7th inning.
Now Drew Sutton coming in the ball game, replacing Kevin Youkilis, who have a stomach bug. Takes the ball to the opposite field, finds that gap in right center field, and has a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 7th. Drew Sutton, of course, just called up today. Jed Lowry put on a disabled list.
So a double for Sutton to begin things in the 7th inning. Here comes David Ortiz. Daniel Herrera gave up 2 runs in the 6th inning. And a double play ball to get out of any further trouble. That's in there for strike 2, 0-2.
That is a very slow changeup, 67 miles an hour.
This one tap foul, 1-2. Covidien, a global healthcare products company, is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation, helping to address health needs in our communities. And Dillard had been up earlier, is back up again. 0-2 pitch to David Ortiz. Is to center field. In comes Morgan. Won't get there. In for a hit. Sutton will take third. And Big Papi has his 3rd hit of the night.
A double, a drive, and a run. Now back-to-back singles by Ortiz. Again, it looks like that changeup stays down, actually below the knees, and Ortiz just golfs in the center field for the base hit.
Ron Renicky coming out. Dillard ready in the pen. Darnell McDonald will be next, and there will be a pitching change. Score is 7-4. Red Sox on top. Seven to 4, Red Sox on top of Milwaukee. with nobody out here in the 7th inning. 1st and 3rd, and new pitcher is Tim Dillard. His 10th appearance, 1-1 with a 2.53 ERA. 11 strikeouts, no walks. Darnell McDonald batting with Sutton at 3rd, Ortiz at 1st. Red Sox trying to add on to a 7-4 advantage. Nobody out in the 7th inning. McDonald takes ball 2. Infield in for Milwaukee. There's a strike, 2-1. Dillard also worked yesterday, going 2/3 an inning, 1 strikeout against the Cubs. He's called up, took the roster spot of injured Brandon Kinsler. 2-1 is a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
A little bit nasty on right hand as he drops down to the side with that slider. And had Darnell McDonald going fishing for that one.
Two is tap foul. When you think fishing, you think Charlie Moore.
That's what I was thinking when I said that. Actually throw it a cast.
There's Charlie.
I'm reeling him in right. I'm bringing him in right now. He's not moving. Is that the way you do it, Don?
Yeah, it's kind of something like that, yeah.
You cast it out?
Cast it, and then you got to wait for it to hit the water before you start reeling. You're reeling a little early.
I caught him. No, I caught him.
Oh, you already got the fish on.
I caught him.
Okay, now you can bring him in.
But you got to bring him in slow. You got to tug a little bit.
When you were out, as this one is grounded to short, and through Counsell into left. From 3rd comes Sutton. He'll score. McDonald will reach, and the Red Sox take an 8-4 lead.
Looked like Roberto Luongo out there at shortstop on that play. Red Sox get a gift run here. Ground ball to the infield, the Luongo. And right there, the Red Sox pick up another run. And they're all playing golf, too. The Sardine twins.
It's Sunday. Henrik Sardine. 2-1, nobody out. Scudero drops the bunt down. Dillard's got it. Throw is in time. For the first out of the inning. On to 3rd goes Ortiz. McDonald to 2nd.
Red Sox trying to pile up as many as they can here late in the ball game. The sacrifice bunt by Scudero.
Immediately following the game, stay with us for WB Mason's Extra Innings Live with TC and Peter. Get a breakdown of John Lackey's outing, including his take on tonight's performance. Plus, he'll have the manager's perspective in the From the Press Room segment. It's all coming up right after the game on WB Mason's Extra Innings Live. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. And Drew takes ball 1. While you were out, Bob Stanley joined us in the booth. And it occurred to me, the only time you said you ever went fishing was with Bob Stanley. And he did mention the fact that you really didn't bring much to the table on the fishing part of that trip.
I didn't bring much to the table?
That's correct. I said that you didn't have much patience for fishing. The only time that you were aware of it, and he said that you were in charge of, I think, rowing the boat, or in charge of, you were the captain, I think, of the boat.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something about that. And Bob Stanley's here tonight. We saw him in the Legends Suite.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. We went out on a lake up in, I think, Vermont. It was after the season, and I caught a fish within about 5 minutes. Little thing. I don't know what it was. I had no idea. And I said, this is pretty good. I said,
here 5 minutes.
5 minutes, I got a fish. I said, I might end up liking this. Well, as time goes on, I've got nothing. I've got nothing. I've got nothing. Nothing. And what I end up doing is I'm rowing Bob Stanley around the lake so he can try to catch fish. Yeah. He didn't get many.
Well, we asked him about that, nevertheless. You've never really been fishing since. That's what I don't understand. I mean, it was fun for you in the beginning.
I went one other time. I went to the John Havlicek fishing tournament. That was out in the ocean. And that was kind of fun. I forget what you catch. You catch these big fish, huge fish. I don't know what they are. They bluefish?
Could be bluefish.
I think it was bluefish. And he had a celebrity tournament. It was toward the end of my career, and I went. And that was actually a lot of fun. And, they're tough to catch. I mean,
Yeah, you got to strap yourself in some cases. You don't end up in the ocean.
Yeah. That was a good time. I enjoyed that. But, I mean, you know me, Don. I really don't have the patience to.
Really?
I'd rather sit home and get yelled at by shaving cream.
3-2. The count to J.D. Drew and 1 out. They're in the last half of the 7th inning. Infield in. Drew with a grounder back up the middle into center field. Ortiz will score. Here comes McDonald. And the Red Sox lead it 10-4.
Well, the Red Sox piling it on now in the 7th inning. J.D. Drew picks up his first hit of the night, drives in a couple of runs. That sidearm delivery, much easier for left-handers to handle than right-handers. Drew back up the middle, and 2 RBI for J.D. Gives him 17 and 18 on the season.
Fourth time the Red Sox have scored 10 or more runs in the last 9 games.
I'll tell you the place we went with, Fairleigh, Vermont.
Okay.
I'll never forget, Fairleigh, Vermont. And we figured we'd go up there after the season. Nobody would know us. Be great. Everybody knew us.
Couldn't hide.
Couldn't hide. It was. We had a good time. We went up. It was a family, and it was a lot of fun. But I can't say I enjoyed my time fishing because I just caught one, and that was a little thing. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, that could be enough to get the rush started.
It wasn't enough to eat. I know that.
Outside to Jason Varitek, and it's 1-1. Jason doubled his last time up to drive in a run.
I think Bob was upset too that I caught the first one.
Maybe really that's why you became the rower.
I did. I rode him all over the lake.
In there for strike 2, 1-2. I'm told, Jerry, that Tom Caron was just on a show with Charlie Moore and caught a 25-pound striper.
Really?
Yes.
Now, can you eat a striper?
Yeah, sure. Real good.
It's good food?
Yeah, real good.
Did Charlie catch it or did TC catch it?
I think TC caught it.
TC caught it?
Mm-hmm. Swing and a miss. Varitek strikes out. 2 down in the 7th inning. First strikeout for Dillard.
TC to me seems to be an outdoor guy. A guy who likes to fish, likes to
wears a lot of flannel,
hike, stuff like that. Yep. He likes the outdoors.
A lot of Charlie's friends are. There's a lot of them. First of all. Second of all, they like. Two outs in the 7th inning. Jacoby Ellsbury, 1 for 4.
TC says that Charlie caught more fish, 4-3, but TC caught the biggest fish.
So which do you want, more fish or bigger fish?
If he could guarantee me I could catch 10 fish, I'd probably go on the show.
He could do that.
But how many days would I have to do
It'd be over the course of a weekend.
I don't have that kind of time. And when would I do it? I mean, when is, it's cold by the time the season's over.
Well, you could do it during the season.
You know what I can't understand?
Mornings?
I just don't get is ice fishing.
That's a little tough because it's cold.
No, you build a hut, sit there with a little hole in the ice.
1-1 is grounded up the middle. Weeks has got it to flip to second to end the inning. Red Sox tack on more. They scored 3 times and lead it 10-4.
Insurance, Amica Insurance is not just how you covered, it's how you treated. We'll take a look at 3 of the 5 strikeouts for John Lackey in the ball game tonight. Curveball for 1, cut fastball for another, and another cutter.
10-4. Red Sox on top now. They scored 3 more in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ricky Weeks hits a fly ball out to deep right. Drew going back and over. And JD makes the catch for the first out of the 8th. Action in the pen, Tommy Hotteby and Matt Albers. Lackey about to throw his 100th pitch of his outing. Talking a lot of fish, and there is the 25-pound striper.
Wow. You think that's 25 pounds, Doug?
I don't want to doubt it. I'm going to say yeah. Look at TC, though. He is all about outdoorsman. It's a man's man.
It's got to be a good feeling to pull something like that, though.
I wouldn't know. I never caught one that big.
Never caught a fish that big?
Not
really?
that big,
All
no.
the fishing you do?
No. I'm more of a freshwater bass fish.
You do you keep your fish and eat them? Or?
Not a lot. Bass are kind of bony, so.
You don't like that?
No, but it's great to catch them. But I'm a catch and release guy. 0-2 is up high, 1-2. Our director, Mike Narachi, once took me out deep sea fishing, and we almost didn't make it back.
Really?
Yes. Never again. 1-2 is down the third baseline foul.
Did he wear his captain's hat?
Yes, he did, as a matter of fact. He ended up stalling the boat on the way back in.
Yeah.
That's what he said anyway, but all of a sudden he went into panic mode trying to get to the motor. And we almost went into the marina and hit some other boats.
Really?
Yes. That was my only experience with our great director, Michael Narachi. Never again. We didn't catch any fish, I don't think, either. Maybe one. Oh, that's right. We caught one. 1-2 is fouled off.
A lot of good fishing talk tonight.
Yeah, we've got great fishing talk.
Keep up the fishing talk. Tomorrow we'll be fishing for jobs.
1-2 is on the ground foul. Mackey 105 tonight, up over his season average. $15 in a row, retired by John Lackey. 1 out in the 8th. 1-2 to Niger Morgan. Grounds it foul. Hangs at 1-2. Reaches out and sends it foul. Back into the grandstand. Still 1-2 to Morgan. 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. He's fouled off 5 in a row. Lined and just out of the reach of Pedroia at second base. Ellsbury over from center to grab it, but it's a 1-out single for Morgan, and it breaks up a string of 15 in a row retired by John Lackey.
Yeah, great stretch by John Lackey to quiet this game down for the Boston Red Sox. Morgan's got 3 hits on the night. Pedroia, the latest effort to make a great play. Line drive to his right, dives, can't quite come up with it. Enough with that. That'd have been quite a show. He's already put on quite a show, but it would have been add to the show.
1 out, 1 on for Ryan Braun. Single back in the 3rd inning, a 1-for-3 night. As Braun takes strike 1. That's in there for strike 2, and it's 0-2.
Just one more question on fishing, and then I'm going to completely drop it. But when you catch a fish and you got the hook in its mouth,
yes,
and you pull the hook out and you throw the fish, doesn't that hurt the fish?
I guess it's possible. I haven't really talked to the fish about it, but I would imagine that it stings a little bit.
Then it heals up and they're all
right. Yeah, they heal real fast. In from center on the run is Jacoby Ellsbury trying to make it 2. And they do. Ellsbury makes the catch and then throws out Morgan at first. Pretty play to end the top of the 8th. 10-4 Red Sox. Xfinity. Red Sox scored 2 in the first inning. David Ortiz would double in the first, and it would score Adrian Gonzalez. The Red Sox able to tie it up 2-2 at the time. And they get back to business in the second, would take a 4-2 lead. Kevin Youkilis, before leaving the game, had a single to drive in a pair. Left with his stomach illness mid-game, and Adrian Gonzalez adding to his home run total with his 15th of the year. That led off the 5th inning. Red Sox go on to score 2 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, and have a 10-4 lead as they come to bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So the Red Sox finishing up a road trip in which they won 8 out of 9 games. They come back here to Fenway Park, starting inter-league play once again, and it started well. Dustin Pedroia starting the bottom of the 8th. In there for strike 1-1. Carlos Gomez has taken over in center field. Jerry, do you think that's a product of Nigel Morgan kind of falling asleep and not getting back to the bag at first?
Quite possibly. You know, a 10-4 ball game like that, you can't be doubled up in that situation at all. Got to be absolutely sure that this ball drops in. You can see Morgan hanging out towards second base. Ellsbury gets it, but he was too far towards second base to get back in time.
Apparently not, Jerry, because he's in left.
Right.
Yeah.
So all that we said,
forget about it. It's good stuff, though.
Forgot about it.
2-2. It is a swing and a miss. Pedroia strikes out. The first out of the 8th. It's time for the play of the week. It's brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Back in the 3rd inning. Bases loaded. Dustin Pedroia laying it out and starting the double play. The play of the week is brought to you by Taco Bell. Certainly a big play in this game. 1 out in the 8th inning. Adrian Gonzalez coming up.
Play was so bad that it got to move to left field.
1-0 is inside. 2-0. Well, maybe we would have taken him out, but Ron Renneke didn't. In fact, he just moved him over. Ryan Braun does come out of the game. Adrian takes a pitch outside. 3-0. Don't forget, coming up immediately after the game, stay with us for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. It's all the post-game coverage you'll need right here on NESN. In there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Three-hit night for Gonzalez. Single, double, and a home run. Got it into a double play last time up. Gonzalez fouls it off. Full count. Matt Albers alone in the Red Sox pen. Looks like he'll be coming in. John Lackey has finished up with 111 pitches tonight in an 8-inning effort. Got a string of 15 in a row retired through the middle innings. Three-two pitch to Adrian Gonzalez. Outside, ball 4. He walks him. 1-out walk. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, awarded highest customer satisfaction in retail banking in the New England region 2 years in a row by J.D. Power and Associates. Find out more of what we're made of at easternbank.com. 1 out in the 8th. Adrian Gonzalez at first base now. And here's Drew Sutton. This one gets away. No advance for Gonzalez. Two and 0. Sutton takes a strike, and it's 2-1. Jed Lowry placed on the DL today with that shoulder problem. And it is Sutton who is called back up again. You're not allowed to do that if someone is placed on the DL. So he's just been sent back down to Pawtucket. 2-1 is to left and a base hit. Gonzalez will take second, and it's a second hit for Drew Sutton.
A nice job by Sutton since coming into the game. A double back in the 7th inning. Now goes to the opposite field for the base hit. Again, that's a good way to approach those sidearm sinker ball pitches. Think about the ball down and away and don't try to pull it. Go with it to the opposite field.
Sutton has hit at .324 in a Red Sox uniform this season. And it's 2 on, 1 out for David Ortiz. David with 3 hits in the game, a run driven in. And he takes strike 1.
Come on, Blue!
There's strike 2, 0-2. Breaking ball that time from Dillard. Came into the game in the 7th inning. So far he's been charged with 1 run. Markham, the starter, gave up 2, not part of the decision. Marco Estrada then came in, gave up 3. He is on the hook right now for the Brewers. This one gets away from Lucroy, and everybody will move up. Gonzalez to third, Sutton to second.
Tried to break off that big slide to Big Poppy, but too far inside. Lucroy could not quite get to it to knock it down. He does get some leather on it, just a little bit. The 2 men go into scoring position for the Red Sox.
Ortiz fouling it off, backing out of play. Your radio home for the Boston Red Sox is also the home for Boston's #1 morning show, Dennis and Callahan. Tune in Monday morning at 6 to hear the best sports talk in America with John Dennis and Jerry Callahan. It's weekday mornings at 6 on the WEEI Sports Radio Network, and of course, right here on Nesson. 1-2, the count to David Ortiz. Runners at second and third, 1 out in the 8th. Ortiz takes ball 2, 2-2. David strikes out. 2 down in the 8th. Second strikeout for Dillard in this inning. He's got 3 in all.
I got Pedroia to lead off the eighth inning. Now gets David Ortiz on that ball away, well off the strike zone, but Ortiz could not check the swing.
Two down for Darnell McDonald. Came into the game to pinch run in the first inning. Carl Crawford had to leave with a strained left hamstring. Darnell was in the starting lineup last night, started in center field. And a swing and a miss for strike one. Lays off 1-1. Matt Albers warming in the pen still for the Red Sox, getting ready for the ninth. Coming up after the game tonight, it's Granite City Electric's Red Sox final with TC and Peter. We'll have the final word from Fenway and a preview. Tomorrow's starter John Lester as he looks for his league-leading 10th win of the season. Plus all the highlights from around the majors. It's coming up right after the game only on NESN. 2-1 pitch. On the ground, Dillard able to spear it. Fires to first for the out. That ends the inning. Red Sox strand a pair, but as we head to the ninth, Red Sox lead it 10-4. Remodeling an entire bath. Do what the Red Sox did. Turn to Frank Webb's Bath Center. The showrooms of FW Webb. Find a showroom near you at frankwebb.com. 10-4. Red Sox on top of the Brewers as we head to the ninth inning. New pitcher on for the Red Sox is Matt Albers. 21st appearance, 1-3 with a 3.38 ERA. 24 innings. He's got 22 Ks. Well, it's hitting at 242 against Matt Albers. Comes in for John Lackey, who went the first 8 innings. 8 hits, 4 runs, didn't walk anybody, struck out 5 to 111 pitches. Prince Fielder leading it off here in the ninth as he takes strike one. Fielder with 2 hits in the game, a double in the first inning, single in the third. He grounded out in the 6th inning. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Tonight marks the second time that John Lackey has gone 8 innings this year. He did it at Oakland back on April 19th as well. 0-2 is in there for strike 3. 1 down in the 9th.
Oh, nice comeback fastball there by Matt Albers. Starts it inside. Two-seamer picks up the inside corner.
One out, and here's Casey McGee. McGee with a single back in the first inning with 2 outs to drive in the first 2 runs of the game. Things started well for Milwaukee. And strike 1. A reminder to stay with us for Granite City Electric Red Sox final complete post-game coverage coming up after the game from our Nesson studios. One and one.
And don't forget to join Nesson tomorrow for the Boston Bruins parade, the Stanley Cup parade. Coverage starts at 10 o'clock on Nesson.
In there for strike 2, 1-2.
And after that, take a little break and then come back and watch us at night.
John Lester will be on the hill here tomorrow night against left-hander Randy Wolf. So a matchup of lefties. Lester looking for his 10th win of the year. He's 9-2. Randy Wolf 4-4. 1-2 is low. 2-2. We'll look at the full schedule tomorrow. Canadians Bruins game 7 replay at 8 a.m. Bruins rolling rally live starts at 10. And in between, Jerry, you'll be able to see the Flyers and Bruins game 4. Red Sox first pitch gets underway at 6. And all of our Red Sox coverage through the rest of the night tomorrow night. 2-2 is strike 3. Matt Albers with back-to-back Ks in the 9th.
Albers goes inside the fielder to outside to McGee. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 9th inning.
2 down in the 9th for Corey Hart. Boston Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, Kia, Dunkin' Donuts, and by your New England Mazda dealers. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Corey Hart down in the count 0-1 as he looks at a pitch outside 1-1. Ball 2-1. Hart lines out to third. Sutton with the grab that ends the game. And the Red Sox take game 1 of the series against the Milwaukee Brewers. Well, tonight, Jerry, John Lackey, kind of a rough start, but he certainly settled down well and gave the Red Sox a great pitching here tonight the rest of the way.
Yeah, he certainly did. It was a rough start for John, but he settled down. He started to throw some breaking balls, some cut fastballs, some changeups. Got a lot of quick outs in the middle part of this ball game, and another big night for Adrian Gonzalez and the Red Sox offense. The offense continues to click. How about the defensive night for Dustin Pedroia?
Quite a night here tonight as the Red Sox are able to grab their victory, their 42nd of the year. They're now 42 and 27 with the win. 10-4 the final for Jerry Remy. I'm Don Orsillo saying goodnight from Fenway Park. Join us again tomorrow night for Game 2 against the Brewers. Live coverage begins from Yawkey Way at 6. This has been a presentation of Nessa, New England's most watched sports network. Time now for a preview of what's coming up on WB Mason's X Jennings Live. Here's Tom Caron.